My first gig with band was the now defunct Cheers on Loveland, 147th and Cicero, and it was it was the day before New Year's, whatever year it was. I think it was December 30th, and there was a large crowd and it went well. I mean, I from my perspective, I don't think I owned my part, my vocally. I don't think I was 100% there where I could be with the material till maybe 2 years into being in the band. So I wasn't sure of how well my voice was going to respond, if I was going to run out of juice after the first half hour, or how that was going to be, because it was my first time performing that challenging material for that long. I think it was 90 minutes that we played that day. So it was cool to make it to the end. It went well. People liked it. It's easy to like it when the music is so good. So I know I had that on my side.
Yes, my all-time favorite gig. It has now come to me, and I can't believe I didn't think of it earlier. House of Blues. We played House of Blues.
The first time we played the House of Blues, that was a great show. It was pre-packed. Everybody was into it. We performed really well.
The House of Blues, to be able to play there, which we've only done once so far, was definitely an impressive moment. The crowd was great. The venue is great. It's one of the places that really kind of treat you well.
It was packed in there. I don't know if we sold it out, but it was jammed. So playing a full House of Blues, just packed full of metal and Maiden fans. I mean, even people that I knew that hadn't seen the band, or when they heard we were playing House of Blues, they were like, we're going to come out and see it. And I think we played really well. I saw some video of it that came out really nice. And I remember Dan, and maybe it was Roland, and I think he took a really nice picture from like one of the balconies or whatever down, and you could see, and he sent it to Dan, and it was like a black and white, it was well lit, you could see us on the stage with all these lightings, and Dan blew it up and framed it and gave it to, I think everybody in the band got a piece, and I still have it framed hanging up in my office. It was like the coolest picture ever.
I think the thing that makes it more fun is that Iron Maiden fans are hardcore fans. They know the words, they know every song, they can discuss lyrics with you, and so it's not like you're playing some flavor of the day music or some pop stuff, so there's a lot of Maiden nerds there. So it feels more like a communion of sorts. So they're not there to watch you, they're there to experience the music they love. So I feel like we are a vessel for that. So we're part of a community thing, and that's the part that I like the most. That you feel there's a connection of the people with the music, regardless if I'm there or I'm not there, or they have that connection. So I'm just helping them feel it in a live environment, and I think that's the coolest thing, because I love Iron Maiden. Everybody in the band loves Iron Maiden, and people down there in front of you love Iron Maiden. Most of them. There's always some random people, no? But you feel that connection through the music. So I don't feel like they're there to watch me. I feel like they're there to feel the music they love live, and that's cool.
Yeah, at the time, I was spreading myself really thin musically. I was in 3 bands, so I was in Maiden Chicago. I had started playing with another band, a band that I'm actually still in called Valius. It plays a lot around Chicago, and we were starting to get busy. I was doing some shows with Sam Cockrell, who's a Chicago Blues Hall of Famer. So he's doing blues and R&B gigs and things like that. And I think even at the time I may have started doing some of the solo acoustic stuff that I do now, but I can't remember for sure. But anyways, it was very fulfilling musically, but it was getting exhausting between work and family stuff. And, a lot of the Maiden Chicago stuff, whether it was practice, which was for a while was an hour and a half away, then moved a little bit closer to where it was, 45 minutes to an hour away. Most of the gigs that we would play were, 45 minutes to an hour away. We play, get home or get off, done unloading and everything at 1, 2 in the morning, and then, come back. And so it was, I decided I had to kind of pull back and spend some more time at home and with the family, my daughter, who was very young at the time.
I was really sad over that. The band was moving forward. We were playing great shows with great rooms, with great turnouts. Everything seemed to be going great. Mike had some things, I guess, going on, and he needed to step away from the band. So we wished him well and still remain friends today. In fact, he still comes and sees us, and he'll come on stage every now and then and jam with us. But again, like everything, you keep moving forward.
Yeah, wasn't too happy about it. I mean, stuff happens, but he was such a great guitar player. I just hate to see him go.
Well, it sucked because he was kind of like the musical director of the band, and he was the jokester in the band, and that helps when you have a group of people. Having somebody that can take tough situations and turn them into something funny always helps the relationship as a group of people.
So when Mike decided to leave the band, it was a pretty disappointing time, to tell you the truth. Like I said before, when he joined the band, I had a pretty good connection with him in terms of musical partnership. A person to lean on to help out with stuff. Good personality, someone I can get along with. You look forward to performing with. We play well off of each other on stage. So, replacing him was going to be, quite an effort in a lot of ways.
So that was tough. Plus, I had a really good relationship with Mike. I still do. I still see him kind of regularly. I go to his gigs and stuff. So he's a good friend. So that sucked.
January of 2022, sitting on the couch in my basement watching TV, and I get a random text message on my phone. I pick it up, and it's Gary Ingram, who I've never talked to through Facebook Messenger or anything like that. I've known Gary for many, many years. He's a great guy. But it's the first time I got a message from him. And it says, "Are you available for MC? I have an opening." And it took me about 5 minutes to figure out what the hell he was talking about. What is MC and what opening is he talking about? And then it dawned on me, Maiden Chicago. So my response to him, and you can ask him because I don't think he saved the text reply, but my reply was in all caps, absolutely.
Just another guy that I've known on the scene forever, and I know of his capabilities, so I was just, happy to have him come on.
I had known Vic from years before in the past we never really played in a band together. I think we kind of hung around and jammed, kind of a couple times. We had some mutual friends, other musicians and stuff that we would kind of hang out with. I knew he was in Night Train, as well as other bands, and we played with Night Train a couple of times and when he was in the band. So I knew he was a solid player. I knew he was a Maiden fan. I knew he could pick up on the stuff. I knew he had good vocal performance. We definitely needed to keep that in mind when looking around for other guitar players. That needed to be, kind of a key focus in that search.
I always wanted to play Maiden in front of a crowd in a Maiden tribute band for my love of the music. So I was ecstatic for the opportunity. Couldn't wait to do it, and was chomping at the bit, and started my homework and started doing all the homework, and probably was really pesty and annoying with all the text messages to everybody in the band going, "What songs are we doing? What do you want me to learn? What are my parts?" And I just sat home for about 4 weeks and learned it all, relearned it all, because I learned it back when I was in high school. Had to relearn it all, and when I went to audition, it went well, and things went well from there, and I was grateful for that text, and I'm glad that Gary reached out to me for that. It's cool.
Once we decided on Vic, he came in, and he knew the material. He's also a bit of a jokester too, with like spirited, but Vic is has that kind of personality too. So it wasn't that bad because we were able to find somebody right away. If we would have had to go through a process of auditioning and all that, that would have sucked even more. You know what I mean?
Glad he's in the band. He's fun to be around. Great player, great singer.
Maiden Chicago was already a very well-established band. I had actually been interested in Maiden tribute bands from way before that. With Revelations was the first band that I had heard of, which was a tribute band to Maiden way before tribute bands were even popular. And they already kind of had a pulse on the beat of that and how successful that could be. And I wanted to jump on board even at an early age. And that's when I was 21, 22 years old, very young. And so from that point, I kind of said, hey, someday I hope to be able to jam some Maiden tunes in front of a crowd, because it's the fan base is so loyal and powerful and passionate, and that's what drew me to it. I shared the same passion, obviously. If you watch me play with the band, you see that I get a little emotional on stage sometimes because the music is just so powerful and great. So I was ecstatic for that opportunity.